Despite the 200-kilometre drive and the threat of uncertain weather, a strong pack of PRBs headed to Wakefield Park for the final and deciding round of the PRB Championship for 2009. Once again, racing had been tight all year, which led to a final round showdown between Paul Barnes, Chris Barry and the ever-present Stig Richards. Only a few points separated them all, and it would indeed take a worthy champion to break free of the pack to claim the outright win. Paul Barnes had been driving cleanly all year, and despite the humble attitude, he's been leaving the rest of Class C in tatters for most of the season. Chris Barry seems to have developed the Honda-powered unit and PRB chassis to new levels of refinement, and subsequently has been Mr. Consistent in 2009. And the class-changing Stig Richards, who has fought with tenacity and determination to again put himself in outright contention. The PRB Championship again comes down to the wire in 2009, proving it's one of the most competitive club categories in Australian motorsport today. It's weekend racing at its best. It's the complete package. It's the Australian PRB Motorsport Championship for 2009. First up was the driver briefing, where the format of the day was laid down. Then it was back to the pits for some last-minute tune-ups. The cars headed out on the track for a 10-minute qualifying session, with Chris Barry and John Moyes quick out of the box, posting 105s, with Scott Matthews and Michael McCosker posting 107s further back in Class B. Paul Barnes and Glenn Cortino were just warming up when disaster strikes for Jos Kroon, blowing a piston through the side of the block down the main straight and rolling off the track at turn 1. At almost the same time, Adam Moore exits the track after turn 2 with the same overheating issues that haunted him on Saturday, and subsequently both incidents earned a red flag for the session. After a minor delay, it was Ivan who came out fastest, with a blistering 103.98 and enough to earn him pole for race 1. Chris Barry came in just 0.1 of a second away, with John Moyes clocking a 104.60 to seal the top 3. Stig Richards and David Grant were struggling to find grip and pace, clocking mid-105s, and almost back with the 2 remaining Class B cars of Michael McCosker and Scott Matthews. Paul Barnes had to clock a sub-110 in Class C to hold off Glenn Cortino, and Mike Barry finishing the session well to hold off Daniel Bando and Stefan Vasoulis, who were struggling for a little pace all session.
Well, for me it was very slippery and subsequently a bit slow, but unfortunately it didn't seem to be that slippery for everybody else. So I've qualified 4th and given myself a lot of work to do in the first race, but of course then there'll be a benefit in the reverse grid race. No, on the back foot at the moment, to be perfectly honest, but looking forward to some good racing.